Let's move on and take a look at Fayol's 4 functions in more detail. Let's look at planning. In short, planning identifies where the organization wants to be in the future and how to get there. So you need to identify and select appropriate goals and courses of action. There are 3 steps in the planning process. The first is to decide on what goals to pursue. Then, managers need to decide on what courses of action to adopt. And finally, managers need to decide on how to allocate resources. So for example, if you're a manager of a car dealership in, say, Victoria Park, Skippers Mitsubishi, and you're planning to increase your sales revenue by 20% in the next financial year. So, that could be your goal. How are you going to achieve your goal? Well, you may decide to hire more salespeople to sell your vehicles. So that could be a course of action you're adopting. To hire more people, you may have to spend money on advertising in the newspapers like the West Australian or on Seek.com. So you have to decide on a recruitment budget. So this could be the 3rd step in the planning process, where you need to decide on how to allocate your resources. Planning is an important part of doing business in today's ever-changing environment, especially in light of the European debt crisis and natural disasters like floods and earthquake. If you're the CEO of Qantas, this bloke here, Alan Joyce, CEO, you will definitely need to plan to react to unexpected events like earthquakes, floods. Poor planning can hinder your organization's performance and cost your organization millions of dollars. Organizing. Organizing reflects how the organization tries to accomplish its plans. Organizing involves the assignment and grouping of tasks into departments and the allocation of resources. The outcome of organizing is the creation of organizational structure, which is a formal system of task and reporting relationships that coordinates and motivates members so that they can work together to achieve organizational goals. For example, the organizational structure at Curtin University looks like this. Curtin Business School is made up of different schools. Among them, School of Accounting, Business Law, you've got Management, Economics, Finance, Marketing and Information Systems. Let's talk about the School of Management. Did you know that the School of Management offers hospitality and events management courses? These are rapidly growing areas in our economy, and these industries offer a variety of career paths. And you may end up as an events coordinator after graduating from Curtin University. You can also learn more about the field of human resources or HR at the School of Management. So if you are interested in recruitment and selection, training or development, you should consider enrolling in these units in the coming semesters. And you could end up as a HR manager in one of the big companies. Let's move on and talk about leading. Leading is the use of influence to motivate employees to achieve organizational goals. Leading means creating a shared culture and values and communicating goals to employees throughout the organization. Leading also means stimulating employees to perform at a high level. Leaders shape culture, communicate goals, and motivate employees. Leading is critical to business success. Now, according to this cartoon, there are 8 different kinds of leaders. You've got the visionary, drill sergeant, the cheerleader, you've got the parrot, windbag. Please don't take this cartoon seriously. It's meant to be a joke, okay? On a more serious note, there are really different types of leaders according to academic theory. And we will learn more about the different types of leaders and their different sources of power later in the semester. For those of you new at Curtin, I hope you've logged on and you're familiar with Blackboard. You'll notice that there is a guide on essay writing that I've put up on Blackboard. This guide will be useful, so you should check it out. Now we've come to the last of Fayol's 4 functions, which is controlling. Controlling means monitoring employees' activities, determining whether the organization is on target towards meeting its goals, and making corrections as necessary. So, for example, if you're a sales manager and you've set a target to increase revenue by 20% in the next financial year, so 6 months into the new financial year, you may want to conduct a review to see if you are in fact on target to meet your goal. If you're off track, you may need to develop new strategies to achieve your goal. In short, this is what controlling is all about. New trends towards employment and trust of employees have led many companies to place less emphasis on top-down control and more emphasis on training employees to monitor and correct themselves. This is what decentralization of management power is all about. Moving on to the concept of efficiency and effectiveness. This is important as organizational performance is related to efficiency and effectiveness. Simply put, a firm's performance is a measure of how efficient and effective managers use organizational resources to achieve goals. Efficiency refers to the amount of resources like raw material or money used to achieve a goal. Meanwhile, effectiveness is the degree to which the organization achieves a stated objective or goal. For example, Curtin University has decided to conduct a training session for new teaching staff. So we could conduct the training session right here on campus in Bentley, or we could fly new staff members to Bali to conduct the same training session. Which would be more efficient? Obviously, conducting the training on campus here in Bentley would be more efficient. Conducting the staff training in Bali could be effective, as people would be enjoying themselves, but prove to be inefficient, as more money would have to be spent on travel and accommodation costs. At the end of the day, the ultimate responsibility of managers is to be both effective and efficient. Let's have some fun with a few multiple choice questions. Question number 1. Management is defined as, is it A, the use of tools to achieve organizational efficiency and effectiveness? Or B, the controlling of human resources in order to ensure organizational effectiveness but not necessarily efficiency? Or C, the planning, organizing, leading and controlling of human and other resources to achieve organizational goals effectively and efficiently. Or D, the planning, organizing, leading and controlling of resources in order to present a vision of efficiency to customers. Correct answer to this question is C. Question number 2. An organization's resources primarily comprise, is it A, people and their skills and knowledge, machinery, raw materials, computers and information technology, C, financial capital, or D, all of the given options are correct? Correct answer to this question is D. Let's move on. Question number 3. Organizational performance is a measure of, is it A, efficiency of managerial skills in pursuit of organizational goals, but not necessarily organizational effectiveness, B, how efficiently and effectively a manager uses resources to satisfy customers and achieve organizational goals, or C, the reduction of organizational resources required in attaining organizational goals, or D, the additional effectiveness of organizational activities using the same level of resources. Correct answer to this question is B. What about this one? Question. A measure of how well or productively resources are used to achieve a goal is termed, is it A, effectiveness, B, high performance, C, managerialism, or D, efficiency? Correct answer to this question, D. Hope you got all of them correct.